Merely hours before the second T20 International against Bangladesh 2 weeks ago, he jumped off a plane and proceeded to play a significant role in West Indies winning the second one-day international and at the time leveling the series at 1-1. But 2 weeks after, 2 games after, he cannot find himself in the West Indies ODI squad to play their 3-match ODI series against New Zealand. The hard truth is, I don't think Darren Sammy really knows what he's doing. I don't know if he stopped using the algorithm bot, but if he's still using it, he should throw it away because it is not giving him good information. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you for being here. I really appreciate your company, and as always, I'm always happy talking to you. You may support the Cricket Forum recovery effort by clicking on the link in our video description and shopping at the Cricket Forum store. So instead of making a direct donation to the Cricket Forum, go to the Cricket Forum store and buy an item from the store, so you will also benefit by just purchasing an item from the Cricket Forum store. Before I go to the ODI squad that was selected for the 3-match series against New Zealand starting tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Jamaica time, I just want to take a quick look back at the T20 series, particularly the final game. So West Indies were invited to bat first by New Zealand in that final game. We made 140 all out, and New Zealand in reply made 141 in 15.4 overs. That means they won the game with 26 deliveries remaining, chasing down. So how is it that we were just able to make 140 on that pitch, yet still New Zealand was able to chase it down so comfortable? Once again, it goes back to the foundation of our batting. Our batsmen just cannot bat. We need to accept that. And they cannot bat, and they won't work hard on their game. When every other team loses cricket matches, you hear actions that they are taking. When the West Indies team lose cricket matches, you heard that we talk about it. We talk about it. The players have a meeting about it, and we talk about it. While other teams take practical measures to improve their performances, West Indies talk about it. So 140, the dismissal of Alec Atanase and Akeal was shocking. You can clearly see from those dismissals that these guys are not international batsmen. They are not elite cricketers. Good batsmen don't get out that way. I agree that Sheo bust the sky, but he was playing an attacking shot. He was playing at attacking shot. To be reduced to 21 for 4 after 3 overs on that pitch, it was shameful, disgraceful. And thanks to Ruston Chase, who made 38, and Romario Shepherd. Yes, Romario Shepherd. I want to give him his flowers because I flacked him when he needs to be flacked. So when he does well, I need to give him his flowers, and I want to big up Romario Shepherd. So except for that 38 by Ruston Chase and that 36 by Romario Shepherd, West Indies may well have been bowled out for a score under 100 on a very good batting pitch. As you saw, New Zealand was able to get to that 140 in over number 16, having more than 26 deliveries remaining. Now, I was told, I never heard firsthand, and I'm paraphrasing here, I do not know the exact terms that we're using, but I'll try to capture the essence of what I was told. That after the 3-0 win in Bangladesh, the persons that was being interviewed said that they play the series in Bangladesh for the Caribbean people. As I said, I never heard, and I'm trying to paraphrase something of that effect, that they went out and played for the Caribbean people. Now, the first thing comes to my mind is that, oh, they are coming at me again because I have said I don't want them to play for us. I want them to play for themselves. And I said, so that was a reaction to what I had said, that I don't want these guys to play for me. I don't want these ladies to play for me. I don't want them to play for the people of the Caribbean. I want them to play for themselves. Take pride in playing for themselves. Take pride in playing for their family. And if they take pride in playing for themselves and their loved ones, I think that we will get good results. So when I heard that, and I know that's why the person probably called me and tell me, because he knows that here they go again, reacting to something that I said. So they said that they're playing for the people of the Caribbean. That's why they won the series 3-0. But the second thing I want to ask now is that they lost this series 1-3 to New Zealand with one match being rained out. Weren't they playing for the people of the Caribbean? Because when they won against Bangladesh, they say they were playing for the people of the Caribbean. So now that they lost to New Zealand, who were they playing for? Who were they playing for? Because this is a public relation that we have to understand, that when these guys spit things out of their mouth, they don't really mean it. It's all a public relation hack for them to look good and to try to say the things that they think that the people in the Caribbean wants to hear. So if in that series they were playing for the people of the Caribbean against Bangladesh, that's why they won. Because they say, yes, we won this for the people of the Caribbean. And again, I am saying I did not hear the comment. I heard it third party, and I'm paraphrasing, trying to give an understanding. But my understanding was that we played for the people of the Caribbean. That's why we beat Bangladesh. So when you got bowled out for 27 against Australia, you weren't playing for the people of the Caribbean. When you lose this series 1-3 to New Zealand, weren't you playing for the people of the Caribbean? So don't give us that. Just play for yourself, play for your loved ones, and show pride in doing that. And when you do that, we will be happy. Now the series coming up starting tomorrow night, and West Indies named their squad for that series. So in case you have missed the squad, there's the squad on the screen. Shayop, Ali Katanes, Akeem Ogis, Campbell making a return. That's the Jamaican captain, John Campbell, making a return to the ODI squad. And we heard when Jamaica squad was selected for the upcoming Regional Super 50, the report was that John Campbell wanted to take the time out to prepare for the test series. He did not want to play any white ball series at this time. You know, so it's, make of that what you want. Did he know that he was included in the West Indies ODI squad from then, and he gave that? Or since he got called up, there was a sudden change of mind about playing white ball cricket because he are now called up for the West Indies? So although I never wanted to play white ball cricket for Jamaica, now that the West Indies called me to play white ball cricket, I'm going to turn up. It could be either one of those. He probably knew that he was not going to be available to play for Jamaica. So it could be any one of those, or it could be that when West Indies called, you respond. So John Campbell returned, and there's Carty, who's a must-pick in West Indies ODI playing 11. Roston Chase, Matthew Ford Greaves, Justin Greaves, Amir Jangu, Lane, Carripier, Rutherford, Seals, Shepherd, and Springer. There is thought, the release stated that Brandon King was dropped, and there can be no complaint about that. I know that persons like Sherwin will be very happy. Sherwin will be very happy that someone like Brandon King have been dropped. So Brandon King was dropped. Jedediah Blades and the Josephs are injured. We never heard anything in the release why Akeal Hosein was not selected in the West Indies ODI squad. As I mentioned in the introduction, mere hours before the second one-day international against Bangladesh, Akeal Hosein jumped off the plane, rushed to the ground, put on his West Indies gears, and played a significant role in West Indies levering the series at the time. So how comes 2 months later, a person who performed is not in the squad? What inspired that decision? In the words of a member of the Jamaica Parliament, and these terms were made popular by him, what can go so? How can a man get 6 ODI wickets in his last 2 one-day international and is not in the squad, but yet still a man who got 1 wicket playing in those same matches is in the squad, and the man that got 6 wickets is not in the squad? I have been checking around, and you can tell me, because as you know, the connectivity is not the best in my neck of the hood right now. But I've been checking around, and there's no confirmed injury. The West Indies release never spoke of his injury, you know. So I've been going through that squad and asking, where is Akeal Hosein? How comes? What can go so that Akeal Hosein, what drive the decision? It can't be cricketing reason. I keep on looking at the squad and said, I must missed out his name. But again, I look at the squad and I don't see Hosein there, and I count them. I make sure I count it. Let's see. Hope, Hattanes, O'Geese, Camber, Carty, Chase, Ford, Greaves, Django, Lane, Pierre, Rutherford, Seals, Shepherd, and Springer, 15. I keep on wondering if I missed it out. You know, the press release from Cricket West Indies said 15-man squad for the tour of Bangladesh. That's what the press release said. We know that it's for New Zealand, but it said 15-man squad for the tour of Bangladesh. And I hope they change it by now. But I don't even know if they realize that that's what they have. So I keep on wondering, do they make a mistake? Did they make a mistake and leave out Akeal Hosein? Because there is it, 6 wickets at an economy of 4.1 with a strike rate of getting a wicket every 20 deliveries. And you leave that man out of the squad and have a man who only got 1 wicket ahead of him? What can go so? Please help me. Help me to understand why Akeal Hosein was once again left out of the West Indies one-day international squad. It's the hard truth or the harsh reality. But I can only conclude that the West Indies head coach Darren Sammy doesn't know what he's doing. Whether he's using an algorithm bot or whether it's his own analytics of the situation. But unless there's some reason, which I have not heard yet, so if there is a reason, please tell me that there's a reason why Akeal Hosein was left out, because it cannot be cricketing reason why Akeal Hosein was The other selection that there's some debate about is Shafane Rutherford. Shafane Rutherford, as you see on the screen there, his last 10 one-day international innings, the score on the screen there, 113, 24, 30, 70. The 24 was not out, 10, 45, 15, 0, 7, and 12. There's a general feeling that Shafane Rutherford is lucky to be in this 15-man squad. From my personal point of view, I would not have selected him to the squad. Not because of those numbers on the screen, because the mere numbers alone, I would still want to give him an opportunity because he does have some credit in the bank. But it's because of his body language. I don't know if you get it, but I get it that Shafane Rutherford is not too keen on playing the cricket. Something is bothering him. I have came to my own conclusions, and you would have heard me said it before, that the dip in form of Shafane Rutherford in both T20 and one-day international synchronized with when he was not named ODI Player of the Year for 2024, and instead they gave it to Shai Hope. And we know in the past that his mental resilience is not the best. And so, did that affect him? Did he not winning the ODI Player of the Year, which he should have won? He should have won, hands down. There were no one performing better in one-day international cricket during that year than Shafane Rutherford. Mark Casey Carty has been our best one-day international batsman since 2023. But last year, Shafane Rutherford was our best one-day international batsman, and he should have won the ODI Player of the Year. Has that affected him? Well, as a professional, one would expect him to put that behind him and then duplicate the performance this year again and said, boss, hug up that now. Let me see what you're going to do. But it appears that there's a challenge with his IQ, there's a challenge with his mental resilience, and his body language is not showing positive vibes. I picked up that. So I would not pick him in the squad for that. But then you ask, who? So I look back and say that probably Darren Sammy really select him as a default. Because who can they really go to apart from Shafane Rutherford? The only person that I could really think of, and this would surprise many of you, and I would love to hear your thoughts. I'll see if I can take some comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. If not Rutherford, who? And for me, if it was not Rutherford, it would have been Craig Brathwaite. And I know that would surprise a number of persons, but I would go for Craig Brathwaite. And so I would not leave out Rutherford, as I said, because of those numbers. But I would have leave him out. Those numbers are not good. Those numbers are mediocre. You know, a century 10 innings ago, as a half century 6 innings ago, those numbers are mediocre, right? Mediocre, below the standard of what you expect from an international batsman. But I would still give him an opportunity because I believe that he should get a longer run and he has some credit in the bank and a part of the numbers. But why I would not take him is because of the negative body language that he is exhibiting. So I think those two are the two biggest things for me in the selection of the ODI squad with the Josephs being injured and Jedediah Blades. I have no issue with the squad. Those were the two talking points for me. I don't understand why Akeal Hosein was not named to the squad. It's a mystery for me. There must be some information that I have not yet received or I have not yet seen. But it's a mystery for me why he's not in the squad. And in the case of Shafin Rutherford, I would not have selected him, not because of his poor run of form, but because of the body language, which I think is contributing to the poor run of form. So those are my views. I thank you for being here. I'm looking for the comments. I'm not seeing. I'm not able to access the comments. Well, I saw somebody saying that perhaps is the passing of his mother. That could be true, and that's a real possibility. So I'm glad for that information. But why then in the press release they did not say, well, we never selected Hosein because he was going to tend to his mother's funeral preparation? That would have ended the speculation. Thank you all for tuning in. It's a pleasure being here. I get a lift. I get a good vibes. It improves my spirit whenever I talk to you guys, because as you know, the hurricane passed 2 weeks ago and it probably lasted, the core of it lasted about an hour, but the damage that it left, and I think you're probably hearing some roof still, persons knocking on their roof, but it has left a lot of damage. But we are working on it. And we'll recover. And soon we'll build up back that studio and everything will be going just fine again. So thank you for being here. If you wish to support our recovery effort, please, while donations are welcome, but I also give you the option of checking out the Cricket Forum store in the video description. Click on the link, purchase something, and that will also benefit when you buy from our store. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and I hope that we get off to a winning start in the match starting tomorrow night. If possible, I'll do a watch along, but then let's wait and see. Take care now. Bye for now. Have a wonderful day.